Our main mission is to improve the conditions for the patients. Today, I think everyone agree on that the early mobilization is not sufficient to the patient. When you are bedridden, you lose your muscles by 3% per day. You get stiff joints, you get pressure sores, so you actually get complications being in bed. And we would like to reduce those complications and make the patient as fit as possible immediately after they have had their medical treatment.
Well, the foundation of the company Life Science Robotics comes from entrepreneurs, in the sense that people coming from the robot industry, where the inventor or the original startup is his wife was a nurse, and coming home one day asking for the need that we have now tried to fulfill with our device robots. She's a nurse where she is handling patients, doing rehabilitation exercises on a daily basis, which is very hard work for her and her colleagues. So if something could be made like a device that can take up the load for these persons, that will improve their daily work a lot, while still utilizing the knowledge of the therapist, especially the physiotherapist, to which type of rehabilitation exercise that needs to be performed for the patient. That was sort of the need in it.
The aim of our company, that is to enhance the mobilization of the people so they have as good as physical condition as they can have, but also to enhance the working environment for the professional so they don't have those repeating heavy movement of legs during the day.
Well, the idea behind Robotics and the way it works is that you bring it to the patient's bed, so it's a mobile platform it's on. You bring it to the patient's bed, so you don't have to bring the patient out of the bed into a separate room. The device comes to you, so to say. You put this type of fixture onto the leg of the patient. You demonstrate an exercise route for the robot, and then it copies that and replicates it for an amount of exercise that is needed for this specific patient.
We have modified a robot from KUKA doing mobilization of bedridden persons. It simply takes their leg, and by just pressing one button, the professional can do the exact movement he and she would like to do with the patient, and the robot record it and repeat it as many times as they would like to.
In our development, we tried other types of robot arms where we didn't find sort of the needs that we were looking for, in the sense that the true benefit of the LBR Med are that it completely copies your route. So it's not like from A to B to C, so it's like a straight line. It completely follows the route, which is a necessity in these types of exercises, because otherwise you may risk the patient state. So that's one of the benefits. Another one is, of course, that it was pre-approved or approved as a component for medical devices, and therefore the integration, the whole certification, which is also a big part of this, was an easier path for us, because then we more or less only have to build our application on top of this, and yeah, it made our life easier.
We start to have a pan-European platform, and then we would like to have a global platform and global partners. And there we are pleased that we are working with KUKA, where we have made an after-sales service agreement, global after-sales service agreement. Here at Medica, we saw really that people are getting curious. A lot of people have stopped on and say, hey, that's really something new. So we have brought something new to the market that has pro and that has cons to be the first mover. But we see a good market here, because also it's getting more and more difficult to find nurses, more and more difficult to find physiotherapists, and we need to be more efficient in the healthcare sector.
Well, I think there's a great future, especially for, of course, for Life Science Robotics and this type of product, because we are hearing all over the world, I would say, that we have a lot of elder people, less people to take care of these, and time is also an issue. So products like this that can make it more efficient in the daily life in the hospitals is on demand. So I would say that the future for life science robotics is looking quite good.
Here at the left side we see one of the KUKA working horses that we have been adapting for the medical technology standards. This is a KR Quantec that can carry up to 300 kilograms, and here we have been equipping it with a C-arm, an X-ray imaging system, so that an overall system can be used in an intervention. On the right side you can see a customized robot that has been lowered into the floor and has been adapted so that a patient table could be mounted on for patient positioning during a therapy. The robot with the C-arm needs to be fast and accurate. Accurate for the imaging, so that you gain in the end a good image quality, and on the other hand also fast, if the application requires a fast acquisition of the image. For example, when it goes into imaging of the heart. Another benefit of the robot with the C-arm is its flexibility. You can see it can do imaging on the head, it can do imaging on the abdominal region. It can either do imaging also while the patient is sitting, or it can adapt to a table that is high or that is low, depending on the surgery that is currently performed. And this gives a very good flexibility of the system. Also as well, you just press one button and the system is recording the position where it is. Then it can be moved away and the surgeon can later get it back onto the same position with just pressing one button. The patient positioning device that we have here needs to be very accurate. It can have patient weights between 50 and 150 kilograms, but on the other hand, it needs to be precise to hit the tumor target. These type of systems are especially used in radiation or particle therapy, where you're shooting with photons or heavy ions on the tumor of the patient. And there it's important that you have a sub-millimeter accuracy, that you really hit the tumor and not the healthy tissue around it. The robot with the C-arm here on the left side has been used by Siemens for their interventional imaging system and has been now distributed all over the world for already a decade. Another partner we have been intensively working with, you can see the application here, is Accuray, who has been using this linear accelerator on the robot as mentioned before for patient. And KUKA is strong in patient positioning, as you see it on the right robot. We have different kinds of solutions where robots are packed on the ceiling or lowered into the floor, where we have customized kinematics. And here we're working with a couple of different companies like EC, Accuray itself, or have been using Siemens as well. Okay, so far in summary, an overview on our robots. They need to be accurate and precise, although they carry here heavy payloads. A lot of ideas that have been coming up, but showing here a smart portion.
Industrial intelligence.